Hello children, welcome to Standard 10 Geography Chapter 4 Climate. So far we have completed 4 videos and we have studied the climate of Brazil in detail. We have studied the map showing the temperature and rainfall of Brazil. We have also completed the graphs for 4 major cities in Brazil. And in the end, we have studied the climate of Brazil. We have also studied the temperature and rainfall map for India. Today, we are going to study the graphs of 4 major cities in India and see how the location of a particular place can affect the climate of that region. Okay, that is the main purpose of studying 4 different cities, even in Brazil as well as in India. You have to open to page 28, okay, and you have 4 graphs given there of 4 cities. These cities are Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. To understand better, we need to understand the location of these places. So Delhi is situated here in the interior. Okay, Mumbai is situated here on the coastal region. Okay, on the western coastal plain. Chennai is situated again in the coastal region but in the eastern coastal plain. And Kolkata is situated here a little bit in the interior. Now, looking at the places, Delhi is totally in the interior. Kolkata is also in the interior, away from the coast. However, Chennai and Mumbai both are exactly situated on the coast. So, this location is very important as we study the graphs. So, look at the graphs that have been given on page 28. And we have to complete the questions that are asked regarding this particular activity. Now you are well equipped children and you know how to read a graph, because while studying Brazil I've given you in detail how to study the graph. On the x-axis you have the months, on the x-axis you have the months. On the y-axis you have the temperature in degrees Celsius, and on this side, on the left hand side, you can call it as z-axis, we have the rainfall in millimeters. So when you have to look at the temperature, you have to look on the left hand side. When you have to look at the rainfall, you have to look at the right hand side. And for the months, you have to look at the x-axis. So we will not waste much time finding the maximum, minimum temperature, etc. You can pause the video, and for all the 4 major cities, you have to find out the maximum temperature, minimum temperature. Here there's a little mistake, in the textbook. The red line actually shows the maximum temperature, but they have mentioned minimum, which is wrong. So the red or the pink line shows maximum, and the blue line shows minimum temperature. You can make the changes over there. So what I would like you to do is pause the video, find out the maximum temperature for every city, maximum and minimum. Also find out the maximum amount of rainfall and check which month these cities receive maximum amount of rainfall. So that will make your answering much more easier, as I don't want you to just mug up. I want you to get the skill of reading these graphs. Now, I will not waste time. As I told you, I have already calculated maximum and minimum temperature. So we will proceed with the questions and try to answer them. The first question is, what difference do you find in the rainy season of Chennai and other cities of India, and why? Now Chennai is this one, the last one. This one is Chennai, showing the temperature rainfall graph. Now if you look at all the other 3 cities, that is Delhi, Kolkata and Mumbai, you find the rainfall in the month of June, July, August and September. Here also you find rainfall in June, July, August, September in Kolkata, and here also June, July, August, September. But in Chennai, you find rainfall here October, November, December. That means winter rainfall. So what is the difference here among the rainfall months? The main difference is Chennai receives winter rainfall. Now they have asked you why. You have not yet studied the climate of India, so you may not be able to understand, okay, why Chennai receives rainfall during winter. For that, I'll just try and explain to you a little bit. I just need a map of any map of India here. Okay, now we have studied that India receives rainfall from southwest monsoon winds, right, at the beginning of summer, okay, or rather at the when the summer is maximum. That's in the month of May, when the temperatures are very, very high. The southwest winds bring rainfall to India. They move towards northeast. Now in the month of October, okay, the force of southwest monsoon winds weaken because winter is setting in. As a result, the temperatures are low and the pressures are high. Okay, I'll explain to you in detail when I explain to you the climate. I'm just giving you a small little understanding of why Chennai receives winter rainfall. Now in the month of October and November, and moreover as the winter progresses in India, these winds now start retreating. Okay, now they have a reversal trend and they are called as northeast monsoon winds also. Okay, because they bring monsoons only to the eastern coast of India. As they move over Bay of Bengal, they carry moisture. They are dry originally when they are coming, when they start from the northeast, they are dry. But as they blow over Bay of Bengal, they carry moisture and they give rainfall not only to Chennai, okay, but also to the coast of Andhra Pradesh, the entire Tamil Nadu, and sometimes even Orissa receives winter rainfall. So that's the reason why Chennai and the eastern coast of India receives rainfall during winter, while the other places do not receive. Okay, so that's the answer for that question. What similarity do you see in the temperature curves of Delhi and Kolkata? So Delhi and Kolkata are, as I have shown you in the map, they are situated more in the interior. Okay, they are not coastal regions, both Delhi as well as Kolkata. Now if you look at the maximum temperatures, okay, of Delhi and Kolkata, you find maximum around 41 degrees, and here again around 40, and here 39 or 40 degrees. So maximum temperature is same. And the minimum temperature also, the minimum temperature of Delhi is around 7 degrees and the minimum temperature of Kolkata is around 9 degrees. Okay, so not a big difference. That means both the cities have more or less the same range of temperature. Okay, so that is the similarity that we see in the temperature curves of Delhi and Kolkata. Third question is, calculate the average range of minimum and maximum temperature for all the 4 cities. Calculate the average range of minimum and maximum. When you say range of temperature, we are talking about the highest and the lowest temperature. So I have already calculated. You can, as I told you, you can calculate for yourselves. Okay, in the first city, Delhi, the maximum temperature is 41 degrees maximum, and minimum is 7. So that makes a range of temperature of 34 degrees. Okay, for Kolkata, the maximum temperature is 39 and minimum temperature is 9. So that makes a range of 30 degrees. For the next one, Mumbai, the maximum temperature is 34 and minimum temperature is 17. So that makes a range of temperature of 17 degrees. And for the last one, Chennai, maximum is 39, minimum is 21. That makes a range of 18 degrees Celsius. Okay, now all these range difference we will require again in the next part as well. That means in the remaining questions as well. So we will not erase these. The next question is, in which city is the range minimum? Now we have to compare and see. Okay, one is 34, that is Delhi is 34, Chennai is 30, then Mumbai is 17 and Chennai is 18. That means the minimum temperature is for this city, Mumbai. Minimum range of temperature. What does that mean? There is not much difference in the summer and winter temperatures. Okay, the next question is, why can you, in which city is the range minimum and what can you infer from this? It means the climate here is equable climate. Equable means there's not much difference in summer and winter temperature. So normally when people from Mumbai go to Delhi or Kolkata or they come to Pune, they realize that here the winters are severe. But for them in Mumbai, they hardly feel as though it's winter. Okay, because their summer and winter temperatures are around 30-32 degrees all the year round. The next question is, in which city is the range maximum and what can you infer from this? Now from the figures we can make out the maximum range of temperature is in Delhi. Okay, what can you infer from it? That means they have extreme climate, very hot summers and very cold winters. Okay, so the summer temperature goes up to 41. Now in summer it's around 47, 48 is not uncommon, average. Okay, it can go to even higher. So average temperature is 41 for summer and winter temperature goes 7, even below that. But on an average, we take it as 7 degrees. So therefore, Delhi has extreme climatic conditions. Very hot summers, very cold winters. Based on the temperature and rainfall of Mumbai, comment upon its climate. Now Mumbai receives very high rainfall. The rainfall here is more than 800. So it should be around 850 millimeters of rainfall. That too on an average. That means Mumbai receives very high rainfall. Okay, and temperature wise it's equable. Summer temperatures and winter temperatures, there's hardly any difference. So it has very severe monsoons and of course equable climate. In which month does India experience the highest rainfall? You can see here most of the places including this that is Delhi, Kolkata and Mumbai, they all receive maximum rainfall in the month of July. Normally monsoon originates or starts in India in June and it progresses further and maximum rainfall is received in the month of July. Classify the cities as cities with equable and extreme climate. Now from the temperature range, you are able to tell which of these are extreme climate and which of these are equable climate, and you also know the reason by now, right? So which are those two cities? Yes, Delhi and Kolkata both have extreme climate because they are away from the coast, they are in the interior. Okay, location plays a very important role in the climate of that region. And these two cities, that is Mumbai and Chennai, both have equable climate. Reason being they are on the coastal side. Okay, they are on the coast of India. And being on the coastal side, they are influenced by the humidity that they receive from the sea. Okay, so their climate are warm and humid throughout the year. So they have equable climate, not much difference in summer and winter temperature at all. So with this, we end the graphs for India. In the next video, we will be discussing about the climate of India in detail. Till then, bye-bye, take care and God bless you.